All right,
Let's
man.
see.
Put some music. Damn, my dude caught the 19. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
it works
Did he
out.
go out with his brother-in-law? Did they go out there?
Yes, he came out
I-
here acting like everything's sweet.
I felt like, man, it ain't none of my business. But I
Not only he came out during that, it was monsoon season. So it's come on, man. All that shit floating around. I got footage of motherfuckers floating down, the street on them makeshift raft. I don't know if y'all seen it, but yeah.
Yeah, I seen.
Didn't I just tell y'all about the no drainage?
Yeah. But matter of fact, somebody was telling me about how there's a water shortage in Vegas. Man, I turned on the news and I seen that flooding you was talking about. Like, man, somebody need to get their story straight.
Folks don't understand. This is yearly. Yeah. Like it could go from you could cross the street to, dude, you're gonna need a raft. It's that, and the water, you know what I'm saying? It has nowhere to go. It's just flowing
in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Does Vegas have one of those concrete river systems like LA?
Dude, good question. But we have in the storm drains, that's where the homeless lives.
Oh, wow.
So when that happens, it's a big issue. They whole shit get washed out. That's where they go, the underground folks. It's a whole nother society.
Yeah. They got all those folks living down there in storm drains.
You get off the freeway and you see the little cuts or whatever, and you wonder why everybody piled up on it. Those are the storm drains.
Damn. They probably have the highest percentage of swimmers in the homeless community out in Vegas.
Probably. You got to get ready. You got to get your shit above ground. You got to get your shit.
That's deadly, man.
No shit. Crossing the street.
Yeah. I wonder how many people drown.
A lot, because they think they could drive through it. Like, oh, it's just a little bit of water. I was like, but you don't know what's in that water. It's taking gravel. It's taking, that's Vegas grass is gravel. And it's taking all that shit and it's just going. There's no stopping until it's done.
Yeah. And you got to think about all the cars that leak oil and leak,
And it's sitting on top of that asphalt. And when all that water hits, that's why when it rains, it's kind of like when it snows and that black ice back home.
Yeah.
Because if it dumps or whatever, all that oil comes up and folks don't know how to drive on it.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. I saw that footage, dude, just floating on. I was like, dude, you got hepatitis A, B, C, D, E, F, G, floating around on that shit. People smiling, laughing, and clapping at dude like the shit's funny. I was like, dude, there's no end to this. I'm like, man, he gonna smack something.
Those wild Vegas rapids.
Turn Las Vegas Boulevard into a water park. And just like that, man. And our boy went down there and sorry, old painless. But yeah, man, protocol is still in effect, man. So I try to keep it,
What's up, Craig?
Craig, what's happening, family?
Hey, speak to the devil, man. We just talked about you, brother.
Yeah. You might want to
How you feeling, man?
What's up?
Nothing. Shit.
Go ahead, man. Cue that music, and we can get ripping, man. Shit is slow.
Yeah, what's up with that, man? I was thinking it was me. I was like,
it was dragging.
Shout out to Beat Down Brown for dropping the fire ass intro music.
Shout out to all the DJs.
If you ever spun a record before.
Shout out to Old Painless. Get well, homie.
Well soon.
For real, man.
Shout out to C. Wilson. Shout out to Cat Daddy. Shout out to everybody who's listening on this Tuesday evening who decided to give us a little bit of their time this evening.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
OKC.
Oh,
all right.
Oklahoma City.
My brother, stay moving. I love it. Keep it popping, Craig.
Yeah. Lady the
LOH.
house in the building.
LOH in the building.
LOH. What's happening?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. This been a crazy year, man, for sickness.
Yeah, indeed.
I see they just dropped them. They just dropped the COVID-19.
Mandate.
Yeah, the mandates and stuff.
Yeah, the whole isolation type deal, pretty much. Like, mother, you can have COVID and be around folks. You'll be all right.
Wow.
You know, unless you gagging. I mean, but you know, the rules change depending on who in the White House.
Yeah.
You know, with these mandates today and then next, like, oh no. Few feet for COVID, but then you got to isolate for monkeypox. Like, how about I just stay my ass at home?
Yeah, what's the deal with monkeypox? Is that running rampant? I haven't been paying attention to the news at all, but I've seen people showing up with all them bumps on, looking like they got the mumps.
I think 2 cases out here, and in a school.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yep,
that is a problem. That's gonna spread like wildfire, man. What about out your way?
Yep.
You know, not too many cases I'm hearing here, but New York, Atlanta, you know, all the hotbeds for traffic, like travel. There's been like a couple hundred cases. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we know why that is, Craig.
Yeah. And Atlanta is number 1 in monkeypox.
So they went from peaches to plums.
Wow. Isn't that convenient saying that Atlanta is mostly populated by black? Wow.
Got it.
Yeah, do you think they targeting us? That monkeypox?
Targeting everything, man.
You know, one of these days we gotta do a show and talk a little bit about this. They call it the Melanin Conference. That's not the official title of it. I was just sharing some information earlier with somebody at work. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about it at all tonight, but you remember that the job posting you sent me, or you sent us a while back?
Which one?
Yeah, you take
okay.
About the melanin, you know, the job posting
yeah.
for the military. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely some fuck shit going on there with melanin. They're starting to use it as a component in weapon systems now.
Right. So targeting would definitely be a possibility or a likelihood, maybe.
So heat-seeking melanin bullets or tracking systems?
I don't think they got that far yet, but who knows? You know,
that is.
I mean, you're dealing with mRNA, DNA.
Yeah.
You can alter that. I mean, who knows where that's headed, good or bad?
That's fucking crazy. Like, yep, no. Oops, stop. That bullet stopped short. You know,
not her.
Yeah. Him. What? We got racist bullets, racist ammo. It just made me think about that damn Chappelle skit when he went to that gun store and asked the dude, "What should I get?" And the dude was shaking that box. What you want?
You want buckshot?
Crazy.
Bird shot. Get the bird shot.
He's like, here you go.
Hey, what was that Tom Selleck movie back in the 80s where they had bullets essentially with your name on it? They could program a bullet to hit a certain individual.
I was just thinking about that. Literally.
That's some Total Recall shit.
Yeah, it was around that time, like Total Recall, Blade Runner, you know, all that stuff. I think was it Runaway? I don't know. Yep, it was Runaway. It was the movie called Runaway. Yeah.
There was another movie where they were combining the remote viewing from I want to say it's Project Superman. That one of the intelligence agencies was doing. They got declassified. back in the 90s, it was declassified. They had even come up with a video game that dealt with assassins or military personnel that were trained to use remote viewing. And then eventually they developed a weapon that would shoot around corners.
Shit.
So,
shit.
You know,
the government spent a lot of money on that remote viewing stuff.
A lot.
Yeah. Let's see. Craig says they're trying to say Atlanta's #1, and every time you see a picture of monkeypox, it's a black person. Just like they said, AIDS came from Africa, from somebody having sex with a monkey. It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I said,
yeah.
Pin. I was about to say something very, very foul. I'm not going to even. Yep. Next.
Come on, man. Say it.
No.
Say it.
The internet is forever. No, I just caught myself like, boy, just pulled myself all the way back. I'll tell you what I was going to say off when we get off or whatever. But, whoo, man, I'm about to Charleston White myself. No,
we got to get him on.
Charleston White myself.
We got to get him on.
No.
We got to bring him on, man.
Dude, that dude,
White.
he lost me, man. He lost me.
I just want to antagonize him.
It's not hard, and I don't want you to, and I don't want you to get maced, man. I don't want him to pepper spray.
I want to get threatened. That would make my week. I got threatened by Charleston.
I told you, man. I normally will rock with him, man. Like, go ahead, man, do your thing. He just sounds like that old crazy cousin. You know what I mean? That you fuck with lightweight. But when he said something about his son, what happened was his son snuck out the house, and the cops went to go, ask him, and then he took off running. And then Charleston White was like, "Nigga, that cop should have killed your ass."
Wow.
And
his
I was
own
like,
fucking kid, huh?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm sorry, Mr. White, man. You done went a little too far, bro.
You know what?
All the shit he talked about other folks or whatever, like, dude, we talking about your baby. And you say some fuck shit like that, even he's a kid. That's all. He's a kid.
That's some other ruckus shit right there.
When I heard his explanation of how he got to where he is, meaning free, not incarcerated, and out here spreading the message of Uncle Ruckus. Yeah, man, it was some people of another hue that looked out for him, and gave him another chance even after he had done
what
so
he
much.
did. Yeah.
And so now he's got that overcompensatory attitude. I don't know how else to explain it. There's a balance. There's being fair, there's being controversial and yet fair, and then there's overcompensation.
Exactly. I get the bait and switch. You do that to be provocative and all that stuff. That's fine. You do it with celebrities and whatever, anything that's going to get you, that clickbait. I get that.
Yeah.
But when you talk about your own fucking kid, and I can see him, and the fact that we all know how he get down, it's like I can see him actually saying that shit to his kid.
Yeah. And being a black parent, that is the biggest fear of everyone, man. Having your child walk out of the house and never coming back and being taken by your so-called protectors.
Yeah,
man, that's some shit that you don't even want to bring up, man. You don't want to speak that shit into existence.
Thank you. That part.
Fuck Charleston White.
Thank you.
On top of
like,
everything.
Finally, I've been waiting for those words.
On top of everything that he's done, I stopped fucking with him after he did that interview with some real motherfuckers and was trying to record the shit and get people jammed up.
Oh, yeah, that was Mob James in them.
Mob James.
Yeah, he was trying to get him. He was trying to get Mob James to come out his bag.
Yeah,
and doing it for the clout. And I was like, okay, I get that. You testing somebody's metal. I get that. But like you said, speaking that shit into existence about your own fucking son. That's what I
didn't like what he had to say about the Rico rappers. Like, even though I think there's some bullshit on their part, there's some shit I would never wish on somebody unless they were just that heinous of an individual. You know what I mean? And I don't know any of those brothers. You know, I might think what they did is stupid or what they, didn't get rid of before said information came out. But hey, all good for them. Glad they
Right. I don't wish that on anybody. It was like, let the police and them do their damn job. He's the motherfucker who calling the cops and thinking that shit
if what they're doing is just, and we know what the deal is.
Yeah, I think it's just odd my whole family's law enforcement. You know what I mean? Mm. And I think it's odd. Like, I don't pick up the phone and call the fucking police.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that is something that black people should do. You know what I mean? Because it always ends bad.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
You don't sit there and wish that shit on your kids.
Your son. He said that, man, and I was just like, now you officially went too damn far. I get fucking with the celebrities. I get that.
Did you hear the interview about when he was talking about the difference between niggas and black folks? And he said he's pro nigga, black folks kill each other.
Yeah.
When most of us would say it the other way around.
Exactly. Is that, like you said, his mindset. His mindset is it didn't got morphed into something else. He didn't get way too comfortable with that second chance, and now he's then flipped the script. And he stand on this shit, except for I saw where he put out an apology to Nipsey. I guess somebody reached out to him, was like, this is bigger than you. You can get touched by using these words, by saying, this, that, and the third, he's a gangbanger and he got to live by these codes and all this other shit, just kicking dirt up on, on the deceased. And he came out and gave a full-fledged apology to Nip and his team. I'm like, somebody touched you. I was like, that's all. That's what that is. Because you was pro fuck all anybody in the game, but everybody but Nip now. So.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot of that. Him switching sides as soon as somebody reaches out to him and tell him they'll fuck him up. I'm sure he'll, change his tune a lot over the next few years. On whatever topics he has, just because that's how he's built.
Unless he's live on the internet, then he's going to grandstand and talk shit back.
Yeah, but
where you gonna be, player?
Yeah,
where you gonna be?
That's where I left. Like, all right, man, he was entertaining, but come on, man, you got to tighten up your own household first before you start doing all this other extra shit. That's foul.
Right.
Yeah, I had to change the channel on old boy a while back, man.
Got you.
But I did dig what he said about calling OSHA on folks.
Yeah, that I thought was cool.
What he said, he sued every job I worked for. I sued. It was like, I'm gonna catch a motherfucker who ain't doing this job, and I'm gonna call OSHA on the motherfucker.
What was funniest to me is he said he tried to include his coworkers in on it.
Yeah.
And when they didn't want to take part in it, he was like, I told you what I was about to do.
Oh my God. That's some hood shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong, 10 grand it's a nice little amount to have all at once. But
after insurance and everything else, you got
how many jobs do you have to do to make a living off of that? How many licks? How many jobs?
You got to think about it, man. If you're making minimum wage, you only have to do that shit once, and you got enough money after taxes, then you would have made all year.
Well,
that
for
fucking
me,
bullshit
a minimum
job.
wage, if you're not, and it's not non-union.
Just like the whole thing, like damn it to who you call. Like I got Pam's number right here. You go ahead and call her, and they'll issue such and such. It's like, what the fuck? That's the thing. Motherfuckers been switched up. He telling on everybody, telling on the hood, telling on the corporations. He just telling.
Hey man, Huggy Bear then got some financial advice from somewhere.
I just don't respect him. I knew dudes like that growing up, and you could always tell how they was going to turn out. Like always the one that would stand behind the principal and be, talking shit. Making faces when the teachers show up, what I'm saying, or when security come in the club.
Yeah, happy.
Break your face.
Happy. Three
6'4", 300-pound bouncers in front of you. Of course,
that's when he get loud. That's when that dude get loud. He get his courage once he see the red and blue lights flashing. I wish I'm on, he taking his shirt off now. It's like, really?
Right.
You didn't got He-Man strong when you
Beating
saw
on his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Charleston White syndrome.
All right, man. You want to get into it?
Hell yeah, man.
All right, let's get
yeah.
into it, man.
Let's do it.
Shit. We got the top hip hop soundtracks of all time.
Yes, we need to. If you're watching, please get down in the comments and let us know what you think of the list we put together, and let us know, man, which one from. Let's try to rank them. And, Craig, if you're listening, if you're paying attention, man, come on, man, chime in. This is your wheelhouse, baby.
Yeah, being down there in the land of hip hop. Shit. All right, so starting off, man. Let's see. We got this number one, man. Bubba Rim soundtrack.
I'm so grateful y'all think like me on this. Oh man.
Man, let me tell you, the early Tupac shit.
Man.
Damn. This soundtrack was just, it was perfect. It matched the damn movie perfect.
Yeah.
Came out in 1994.
4, baby.
1994. Definitely one of the top hip hop albums of all time, man.
Yeah,
it pour out a little liquor.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Like I said, it was that early Pac, the storytelling Pac.
It'll never take me alive.
Facts.
High with my 4-5 cock.
Regulators, motherfucking Afro Puffs was on that soundtrack.
Yeah.
See?
Jewel. What was the song Jewel had?
Oh shit! What was that? Rest in peace,
Back in
Jewel.
the day, or what was it called?
Yeah.
Back.
She just passed away, man.
Yeah, no. I was sick about that one too. Gosh. She did her thing, man. She did her thing.
Who just passed away?
Jewel. Pretty much all that death row stuff. When you hear the chick, what would you do? You get caught with your pants down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's her. All the Dog Pound, Snoop, all the female vocals.
She wrote most of that
That's
stuff
her.
too.
Really?
She was cold, bro.
Cold.
Oh. She was cold.
Yeah, she passed not too long ago.
Oh, that's a damn shame.
Big Pimpin'.
Yes. Oh man.
And like some one-hit wonders too, like that B. Rizal, that Blowed Away.
Blowed Away. I was just about to say that one. That was my joint. Oh man.
What you call it?
That whole album was my joint.
DJ Quick's Proteges, Second to None.
Yeah.
So they was just
Didn't mean to
East
turn
Coast
you on.
movie with like a West Coast soundtrack, man.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Big Pimpin'. I mean, they had pour out a little liquor. Man, they had a ton of like this album hit all year.
Yes, sir.
It was so cold. I mean, and to shoot the movie in Harlem.
Yeah.
And with all the West Coast artists that were on it, it was like, what?
Yeah, and was cool.
With the movie.
Yeah, and it was cool.
Indeed.
Yeah, man, you had H-Town.
Can't erase what we were, Tommy. Can't erase what we were.
Yeah, that's Jewel and Aaron Hall going to give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Dog Pound for Life.
Wow. Yeah, man.
The soundtrack is just timeless, man. We need to put up another what you call it, Tank? Put up another soundtrack, man. We went a little forward. I think the first one should have been like what was it? Shit, was it House Party? Was the first one start doing the hip hop how it played out when like House Party, Boys in the Hood. Juice, thank you. Menace to Society.
Menace.
Was it Menace or did Above the Rim come out before Menace? I think Menace did.
Menace came out before Above the Rim.
Okay. above it. That's why I said, man.
We forgot New Jack City.
Yeah, damn it. That was like that was right at the house party or before house party.
Jesus.
See, we had a run, man.
Yeah.
We had a run.
A long good run.
That cannot ever be repeated.
Because most people will forget about Inkwell.
Oh shit.
Shoot, the Ride soundtrack, Rufus Black. Shout out to the yo.
Yeah.
Shoot, man, so many of them.
We had. That's why I was asking for help.
My bad.
Man. I was like, I got mine. I was like,
you know why I've been busy. I'm trying to learn. I'm learning a whole new lifestyle right now.
Yeah, I got you.
A whole new job.
Get my fucking mind right.
Man. Wow.
House party.
Why you getting funky on me?
Today.
That was my jug.
Today,
yeah.
son.
That is insane.
Big Bub is my man.
Yes,
one
sir.
of my faves.
Man, I was just watching that movie the other day, man, laughing my ass off.
How could you not when it's on? There's certain movies that you stop everything you're doing and act like you ain't never seen it before.
That movie was genius, man.
It's House Party.
Yeah.
Harlem Nights.
Oh man.
Life.
Yeah. Life.
And you just sit and you watch those movies like, dog, that shit was funny as fuck. Just the cast alone. Like I said, man, I don't know how they scripted half that. I don't know. They just let the camera roll and like, hey man, whatever we get, we just gonna, fix it in the mix. But yeah, the House Party soundtrack.
Running for your life.
Man.
Running for your wife. I can't do nothing for you, man.
Should have stuck with home.
Don't believe the hype.
Oh, shit.
Classic.
Hey, man.
Genius.
I was watching this the other day, and Full Force looked like they were about 40 fucking years old.
They didn't pick the script. Man.
That's what makes it so funny, man.
It's
like these guys got left back. That's what it made it seem like these guys got left back.
Way back.
They had a high top curl with a ponytail and were sex symbols. Like I said, man, you had to lift over 250 to be in Full Force.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had to be able to bench 250, And these cats, in the crazy part about it, man, I don't know if cats know the behind the scenes. Like, these cats were like the hit makers behind like the NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys. They wrote that shit.
They wrote all kinds of shit.
Which they're icons, man. They're icons that don't get their flowers, man. These cats were dope.
Geniuses.
They were dope.
Yeah, but how
incredible.
How are we still doing the same shit like this? What Full Force happened in the 90s where you take black music, throw a white face on it, and it sells like wildfire. Like same shit happened back in the 60s with rock and roll.
Yeah.
Elvis, all that shit. Like, when's this gonna stop?
It's not, because it's called popular music. They put a spin on our music and made it popular. Like, I just saw a TikTok with Little Richard. He was like, yeah, they don't give me my credit. I discovered the Beatles.
Yeah.
He put them on. The fucking Beatles.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I paid for them. They were following me. I brought them on my tour.
You know what's dope, but kind of sad at the same time? The artists that come over here from the UK, the first thing they do is gravitate to the originators.
Yeah.
When the front runners come up in their face, they're like, no thanks, bloke. I would like to see James Brown.
Yep.
Excuse me, I didn't come to talk to you.
That's what they knew because of they knew the records.
Yes.
That's why they like Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones. Again, Little Richard. He was like, I put them on.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, it's a little known fact, but don't nobody want to talk about that.
Russell Simmons said something a couple years back that was profound, man. He was like, only America throws their stars away like we do. Like, you go over, he was talking about Curtis Blow and them cats going overseas and still touring to this day. Like,
Yeah.
Because overseas, they love these motherfuckers. Here in the
Yeah.
United States, you know, shit is only hot for a hot second, and then you get
That's where
thrown to
he
the side.
broke. That's where he broke Curtis Blow. It was a Christmas record. They wouldn't record it in the States. He flew him over to London.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said,
Yeah.
man, I got off the plane. They were calling me Mr. Simmons. Mind you, he's coming from his college dorm.
You remember Arrested Development?
Yeah.
Everybody thought that after like their first 2 albums or whatever, they just faded off into the distance. No, they went to Asia. They're superstars in Asia.
Is that right?
Man, yeah, absolutely.
Their biggest
Is
hit.
that black dude the oldest person in Asia now?
Who?
The black dude.
That old black dude. Is he the oldest person in Asia now?
I don't know.
Side
I
note, I watched the interview with what's the old boy's name? Speech. Yeah. And he said that out the gate, our dearly beloved, gone, too soon, Mr. the purple one, Prince, sued his ass for $100,000. He said, I thought I would be cool because we only sampled one word. Tennessee. That whole Tennessee. That's Prince.
Wow.
He said, we got a fucking, saying that either you pay me $100,000 or we take the song.
Right.
Wow.
Show you how gangster Prince is. You don't give a fuck. What was that? 4 seconds? 2 to 4 seconds?
If that. You might be talking milliseconds, really.
Just saying, I was trying to stretch it.
Yeah.
And he was like, fuck. He was like, man, I didn't know no better. We paid him because he could have took the whole fucking thing. And it was damn near their biggest song. So he did
and that's
right.
just the name of a state.
That's it.
He didn't write Tennessee. He didn't create Tennessee. But it was his voice.
It was his voice
without permission.
Prince had some gangster ass attorneys and was like, dude, we could take this much, or we could take the whole fucking thing.
I mean, he went after Sinead O'Connor. She re-recorded Nothing Compares to You.
Yeah.
And thought he would never hear it. They were playing it in the pubs in Ireland, and somebody in his camp heard it and was like,
it's Prince.
What?
You got ears everywhere.
Yo,
right.
You need to get your lawyer on this.
Yeah. And I what you call it? Old buddy from Speech was like, dude, he was like, we were ignorant to the game, didn't know. He was like, who's gonna, Prince ain't gonna know this little ass group or whatever. We sample a word. Right. It was like, he's not gonna be able, and we slowed it down, and he's not gonna pick up on that's him saying that. Sure as shit. Sure as shit.
You see how the label did him.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it. 100,000 in the 90s.
Right, that's a lot of money.
That's the bag.
Yeah.
You know how dope you got to be sitting at home patting yourself on the back like, dude, I just got paid 100,000 for a word. You talk about an ego stroke.
It's funny though.
Ego stroke. One word, 100,000.
Notice for most people that would have been the end of them that earlier on.
Yeah, but they were global. They were global. That song is transcended. Come on, man. That song is timeless. So he made his money back, but coming out the gate and getting hit by the purple one, it's kind of a badge of honor, but damn, that could have sunk your battleship.
Yeah.
How is all that possible when you record music and you're pushing it through a record company? Like, they don't clear your samples before they publish that music?
They should. It's
some to do, but
it's that clearance thing. It's sampling is tricky as hell because Beyonce just got dinged. She sampled Khalees.
Yeah.
And she came after her. I was like, dude, I didn't get permission for you to do that. Not saying I don't want you to use it, but you need to break bread.
Right.
That's how that go. I remember when Hammer did Can't Touch This. Mm-hmm. And Rick was like, man, I don't want that shit. And they showed him how much money he was gonna make. He was like, I want that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how many people James Brown had to go back and sue or his representation. Cats were just abusing that break beat.
Mm-hmm. And we all thought there were books thinking like, oh, we could, as long as we get within like 10 to 15 seconds, we good, we clear. No, that's not how that works, man. You got to send off because it was Andre 3000 wanted to sample Anita Baker, and he kept sending her stuff, and she kept denying it. Like, no, no, like, no, I'm not doing that crossover shit. No, you dope, but stay in your lane. I'm Anita Baker. This is what I do. No, we could maybe down the line do a song together, but you're not using my shit. So it's tricky, man.
I mean, Shaka Khan had an attitude about Through the Wire.
She hated
I was just
it.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
She hated it. Her son, attitude. Her son brought that to her. Her son is cool with Kanye, and was like, "Mom, I got this new hot producer. Kanye was just coming up, and And she heard the song, was like, "It's cool," but she didn't know he was gonna chop and fuck up her vocals like that. She was like, "I sound like a damn chipmunk," but that was his spin. You know what I mean? That's how he did his sampling. He would do all kind of shit with his samples, speed it up, slow it down. And she couldn't stand it. She was like, I don't sound right. She thought he was going to take it as is. But he sped that shit up. Made it dope. But if the person who's actually on it don't approve of it, don't get the, seal of approval on that, kind of fall a little short.
I say as long as they pay you, fuck it.
I guess, but still, that's your song. That's one of her biggest songs.
And then,
hey, I'm a songwriter, but if you didn't steal my shit,
right,
and you're gonna pay me industry standard or whatever my contract states is due for using part of my work,
I get it.
I don't have to like it.
Certain artists are like, look, man, if you're gonna do my shit, I took it here. I need you to take it here. I don't want you to.
That's only because they're not relevant no more.
That part too.
You got to think of how many hands are in a cookie jar too. I mean, just think if Shaka Khan was like, if Kanye was going to pay Shaka Khan X amount of dollars, then there's going to be a lot of hands in that payout.
Yeah.
And if your 100,000 turn out to be about 4,000 or 5,000, you ain't gonna want that song either.
That's
like there's no incentive for you.
Because you got to think about it. He's sampling that, but we don't know who owns the master.
Yeah.
He got permission from her, but she may not even own that.
Who was it? It was. Oh my goodness. It wasn't. Was it Cameron? Was breaking down how after 8 years you go back in and re-record your stuff.
Yeah, that's what Ashanti's doing now.
Yeah. Well, that's why Irv is.
Yeah, that's why Irv is doing what he's. Oh God, it's so sad to see my boy go backwards.
Come on, man.
I mean, what's happening?
After 8 or something years, you could go and redo your songs, and then it's like a whole nother entity now. It's not considered part of the original master. Okay. So now it's your version of it, and then there's the original, the masters. So it's kind of like dual albums out now, and that's what Ashanti's going to do. She's going to re-record her old shit on her own, put some tweaks in it, and after, like Jay said, after 8 to 10 years or whatever, you can do it without no penalties, like a fucking loophole.
And all the money comes
straight to you.
So is that like making a cover of your own album?
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a loophole.
It's a fucking loophole. Mm-hmm. And Irv is fucking sick because he's like, now they go to buy that shit. Now they have to go and distinguish between the Murder Inc. or the Ashanti version.
Right.
So he loses money.
I like aspects of his personality from interviews. I don't know anything else about him. I've never met him. Won't speak ill of the brother at all. But I'm still mad about them remaking Scarface's joint for Ashanti. That was wrong, and I'm never gonna forgive him for that.
That baby, dude, that was a classic Face song.
And Mary, 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 Mary.
Dude, dope.
I love Mary, 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 Mary. That was so dope.
Yeah, it was Face. It was Face, and that was one of those. It's like somebody doing mind playing tricks on me. You know what I mean? It's like you don't touch certain songs. You don't touch in hip hop to me, and that's one of them. And
which one?
Mind playing tricks. It's just certain beats in the lyrics that hit the exact way it should hit, and it shouldn't be touched.
Hey man, I felt that way about Lottie Dottie until Snoop Dogg touched it, and I was like, okay, you all right, you all right, you know.
I mean, but that's like Slick Rick's nephew, right there.
Yeah, that was different, man.
They from the same family
man.
or something.
That was different. First of all, Lottie Dottie is kind of like an acapella song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no real, there's Dougie doing his thing or whatever, but you know, so I get that one. That's fine. But like Jay said, I hear that song, I want to hear Scarface. I don't want to hear no chick singing. Not that chick singing. I don't want to hear Ashanti singing on that. I want to hear whoever Face had on that and him lacing that track.
Yeah.
All right, man. We got a couple other soundtracks we need to get through, man, real quick, man.
Yeah, my bad. I'm fucking up. I was thinking about Ashanti sideburns. Sorry, man. I was trying to think of a joke, man.
Oh my God. Okay.
Views and opinions expressed by one.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong. She a fine furry bitch.
She is fine. Yeah, she
is a fine furry woman.
Man, we gotta. I wish we could do what you call it, man. Drink champs, because Nori been getting cats stuck on that shit, man. You got to watch. Take it. You get a chance, go and watch.
He's a great host.
Yeah,
that show is dope.
It's just barbershop talk about hip hop and shit, and kind of what we trying to do. But yeah, he got sponsors, you know. They drink and smoke, you know.
Oh yeah.
And he got what you call it. He got Irv in his feelings, man.
Yeah,
Irv is just in his feelings about Ashanti in the worst way, man. He's just heartbroken, and it's sad to see him go backwards, man. He went out. I'll leave it at that.
What, they used to date or something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, shit was that good, huh?
Apparently, man. Apparently.
At Wildebeest pussy.
Views and opinions expressed by are not necessarily those of the other panel members.
Please don't come for us for Tank's affiliation with the Furbies.
I love her. I was just upset what they did with that Scarface joint. Oh man.
Sorry, man. You put it out there,
Furbies.
He said Furbies. Wow.
All right.
Mogwai.
What's up next?
I'm sorry.
Mogwai.
Mogwai.
All right, man. What's the next soundtrack, man? Jay gonna keep ripping, man.
Poetic Justice. Nah, let me stop.
Oh,
what you got, man? What you got?
Hey, I got that Murder Was the Case.
Ooh.
Classic album. This one was fired from beginning to end.
Yeah. Was that 21st Street?
That's where it all started.
Yeah, 21st Street. With Trey D. That was the song that introduced Trey D to the game.
Hey, before I forget, honorable mention to Office Space.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's coming
up.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Cart before the horse. My bad.
And the thing about this soundtrack that was so dope, this was like mostly Daz.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, this was like his coming out party as far as a producer.
I didn't even realize that.
Shit, man. When he did
Daz is ridiculous.
That Tupac song. Ambitions of a Rider.
Ambitions of a Rider, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of those masters he took. They said he got a ton of old Pac shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he ended up suing Suge for his shit. For his royalties for those hits, and he won. He won like 20 something mil, but I think that's when Suge was locked up. So I don't know how much of it he got, but yeah, he won his case against Suge.
Do you both remember the rumor that Daz and Corrupt was going to leave with him to the new label that he was planning on starting.
To about Pac.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he wanted to do what's call it? They was gonna do a Death Row East, and Eric B was supposed to be the president.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were trying to move, just try to squash all this East and West Coast shit, and like, hey man, hip hop is hip hop, no matter where
Yeah.
you at.
Right.
But yeah, man, this soundtrack had fucking Natural Born Killers. Come
Yeah.
on, man, that fucking beat and the whole concept of them motherfuckers acting like OJ and his
Al
homeboy.
Collins.
Yeah, man, that shit was crazy. God,
That was
beat still slapped.
one of those ones that was written by the DOC. Because remember
Yeah.
that shit was supposed to come out on DOC's
Wow,
Helter
right.
Skelter album. Oh,
Right.
I'm
I
sorry.
did not know that.
He
Thank
was
you for
writing
that.
the Helter Skelter album for Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. And
Damn.
then when they had beef and the DOC left and recorded that album with Diamond D, he
Okay.
named it Helter Skelter. And
Wow.
Dre was upset with that shit. Like, man, that was my album.
He was like, "How's your album when I wrote it?" But okay,
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah, but the DOC came out with that Helter Skelter tape, and his voice was fucked up, but them
Still,
lyrics was fire.
Yeah, I mean that was
Wow.
a time when
Yeah.
we actually listened to what somebody had to say, and they kept it on wax.
And you had to be saying something.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
You know,
You
it had
consider-
to either be fly or hardcore or outlandish. It had to be,
Yeah, and some cats were all three, like a Buster Rhyme.
Mhm. Yeah.
Man, he's damn near my number one. I gotta say,
Gotcha.
MC
Busta
wise.
Rhymes?
I mean, man, there's no energy. The only closest energy was DMX.
Thank you. Yeah,
Back of the stage, auditorium full of people, no microphone, and you could still. Oh my goodness,
yeah.
you can't
And
teach that. You
And
can't
to this day, he said,
coach
"You
that.
you
It's-
don't
it's-
want to go on after me."
Mm-mm.
He's like, "That's what you don't want to do. You do not want to go on after me." And think about all the features that he's on. He's the closer. You know what I'm saying? What was that? The Scenario
Yeah.
remix, Flavor in Your Ear
Like all that.
remix.
Oh man.
He's the closer.
Don't you
Part of
get
that, don't
suspicious. I grant your wishes every
every
time.
time. Come on,
Man, I know
man.
y'all gonna hate me for this, man, but I was never a fan.
Of
And he's
Buster,
dope. Of Buster, I've never been a fan, and he's fucking dope.
his vocals. He's another one of them cats. When you
Well-
hear his voice, you know who it is. It cannot be duplicated. I've been a
Yeah.
fan of Buster since Leaders of the New School.
If rappers were Transformers, he is Optimus Prime.
Facts. Done. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Right there. Perfect.
Flip
That's
Mode
it.
Squad. That was the perfect name too. It just
Yeah.
now some of the production, and no knock to anybody who worked with him. I like the stuff he did with Just Blaze.
Mhm.
What's the other? Rock Wilder. I mean, he had some bangers, but
Mhm.
interspersed in that catalog, there's just what I mean. There's some things.
I get you.
think
It's
he'd
a little
have different things to work with. Sonically,
yes.
there would have been different concepts that maybe would have caught some people that he didn't catch already.
But how do you it's kind of hard with him because of that energy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I always think of cats who do songs like him. It's like, dude, where are they going to be like on their 50th anniversary? Can they still match that energy? Like, dude, you will fucking fall out on stage trying to do what
Hey,
Buster
man.
is still doing. Like that energy, like mystical.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, dude, how are you screaming? Like you're not going to be able to do that shit down 20, 30 years from now.
Yeah.
and then the ability to like blend in and then stand out, like what he did with Janet. What's it going to be?
Oh, Yeah.
That
Janet.
was.
Johnny. You know what I mean? It's
Oh, the
you
Johnny's
forgot about
all
that.
for almost.
See what I'm saying?
See, number one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's
MC wise, I'm not saying rapper, but MC
and there goes
live show.
your description of him being a transformer.
Mhm.
That energy, Johnny,
Yeah.
Janet Jackson, he could take it however you want it. You know, and then bust your ass. He's an MC. You know what I mean? With a gauge of energy that you could turn up. You want me on 10? Got it. You need me on 5? Got it. He is. He's very well rounded and still relevant.
Yeah.
Still relevant. But yeah, like I said, I bought his last album. And I bought the damn CD. And everybody's like, dude, how fucking old are you? I was like, dude, I read credits. Fuck you.
You got
you.
to, man.
Yeah, man.
Fuck you.
You got to, because man, we from that age where like, hey man, if you couldn't pick up that album, man, you know, like, do you really own it?
Right.
You can't roll weed off the record holder.
Oh, Dollars and Cents was on it? Oh yeah, man. Wow.
The one of the best diss songs of all time.
Wow.
Yeah, that Dollars and Cents.
It don't make dollars. It don't make sense.
Don't kill game. Let the pimpin' commence.
Man, Quick went in.
Yeah.
Went in, you know, man. It was that time. Like I said, you had to say something. You know what I mean? You really had to say something. That's a diss song. Not, man, I want to, you know, take out your whole fucking family. Then I want to smoke on your ashes and all this new demonic shit that's just out there. That's like, dude.
It was just a different type of demonic.
Yeah.
Our demonic was better than yours.
Yeah. And that was like some PG shit compared to what's going on right now. Now y'all getting indicted. Y'all getting indicted for this shit. You know, they kept it on wax. You know, the feds, only people they wanted was Luke because he was getting the white kids, you know, up in arms and shaking their asses and shit. So yeah, that was it.
Shit, Quick's the one that brought that shit to wax. I mean, banging on wax.
Him and MC8.
Yeah. Nobody talks about dollars and cents when they talk about diss records, though. Like, you rarely ever hear about dollars and cents coming up.
Right. Because it was coming from the West, and these cats wanted that. He got caught up in that. Well, he was the mild version. Then you had Death Row come with all that, you know, that Tupac energy that kind of shadowed that. So
speaking of which, that joint he did for Tupac, In the Hearts of Men.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hot.
Yeah, that was crazy.
When I do an album, man, it's gonna be produced by DJ Quick and DJ Premier. Just, and we're gonna have an A and B side to that MP3.
Whatever happened to Quick and Scarface's tour? They were supposed to be putting a band together and all of that.
That would have been dope.
Probably COVID.
You know what? That is sorry.
Probably. That would have been dope. But yeah, but like you said, Tank, that got lost in the sauce when it came to putting in, you know, that putting in the category of top diss records. You know, because I still think No Vaseline, Cube annihilated the hardest group so-called on the planet. One guy and no rebuttal. Yeah, no rebuttal. They were like,
I mean, they'd have had to come to him or DOC to write. It's a no-brainer.
And that's what makes it so dope, Jay, because he did that knowing like who you gonna get,
who you gonna call,
who you gonna get. Because I was the one who was writing.
I'm not
hits.
writing it for you,
right? That's what makes it so dope because we know the behind, like you just pointed out, like dude, they couldn't, they couldn't. Who were they gonna get to write that Venom? So I like that and Ether, of course. I still think Nas won the battle between Jay-Z, you know, that whole deal. And that beef between Ice Cube and Common was that once upon a time I had to check a hoe.
Yeah,
Common went in on fucking. He went in on Cube. He was like, "Dude, I did that song in L.A. I was so fucking scared." He was like, "I was looking left and right when I did that damn song." But yeah, that shit was dope. Damn, I'm trying to think of some other diss records, man. It's certain ones that just don't even hit the radar. But I forgot about the damn dollars and cents, man. It was like I took the G out your name because the G ain't in you.
Yeah,
it's like 8.
Yeah. And how many death wishes did he come out with?
Yeah.
Trying.
Yeah. It was like 5. I was like, come on, man. Ain't you doing videos?
Yeah. You had 5 tries. You still couldn't get that dollars and cents.
I'm sorry. He said you took the G out your name because the G ain't in you. I'm sorry. I got to get it right. I'm gonna say it. Better say it right. That's what makes it dope.
That was a dope diss line. Anybody ever come at Razcast?
Can't.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Well, I mean, what the game did. Remember him in the game had beef? They had a diss record. He had that Game Over, GAYME.
Wow. Yeah. Again, it's one of those, man. It didn't register because in that era, it was, did anybody's drop?
Right.
And that was the focus. That it wasn't no beef because then nobody died. That's where we were at.
Razcast body drop. Yeah. Game beat his ass.
Yeah. Yeah. That part.
I guess Game ain't no little cat. He like 6 foot something.
Easy.
And Razcast is about Kevin Hart size.
Pretty much. And he stomped him. Stomped him out. Said you still don't get no points for that because you can't beat him when it comes to that microphone. That's all.
He done met his match now with Eminem. Eminem gonna slap him up.
That ain't gonna happen because Eminem's smart enough
to
know.
Let them tell it. He was about to slap Suge.
Let them tell it.
Let them tell it.
Yeah.
You heard me.
Who was about to slap Suge?
That guy from Detroit.
Get out of here.
That's what they said.
Yeah, let them tell it. But the thing is, M too smart to give cats like that because everybody wants a shot at the title, and he's not gonna just give you, you know what I'm saying, a title shot.
Is that what it is? Because I've been chomping at the bit about this particular.
Except if the dude is white, he still knows he's a guest in the house of hip hop, so he doesn't go after the main stage. He went after what's that MG Kelly, whatever. What the fuck his name? That other white rapper that's no longer
land, man.
Because
he's from the land of Cleves.
Yeah, he's from the land. Yeah, he got you don't hear about him no more.
Right.
Because he balls deep in Megan Fox. You wouldn't hear from me either.
No, not that. He went after M's daughter.
I'm sorry.
So M put the kibosh on that career. You know, made a couple phone calls like, remove that from the playlist. Remove that from the playlist. Yeah, don't book him. If you ever want to, have an Eminem do another performance in your arena, you never book him again. Shit like that. The shit 50 be doing.
He Michael Jordan'd him? No.
He got him. Yeah, he got him.
Wow.
Yeah, dude's no longer relevant. He started talking, his daughter posted some pictures up and old boy has some slick shit to say about him. Yeah, he's no longer.
Shit, Eminem's daughter's got to be what, 20-some years old now?
26.
Wow.
Still, again, he's going to go after those dudes. So yeah, man, it's just funny.
I mean, I was surprised to hear Rick Ross had something to say.
Ross always got something to say, man. That's just what he does, man. Until he get his own name and his own identity.
Yeah, fuck.
You got to fall back, man. Especially when you got to do it. Yeah, somebody's been like, you done took that's my fucking name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my name. You standing on it and you don't even want to break bread with me?
I mean, at least even Freeway will call himself Philadelphia Freeway.
That's it.
You know what I mean? On his album, it might say Freeway, but when he rhymes Philadelphia
Philly free.
Freeway,
yeah, you know Philly free.
Letting you know I'm not that Freeway.
Yeah, I'm not that one. And then to do what old boy did.
Yeah,
motherfucker, I done went to jail. I done did the time. I sat down. I got out. Did all the things, and you still on that shit, man. It's like, dude, you always make amends.
How do you piss off Prince Hall, Bloods, Crips, GDs? I'm sorry. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Dude,
can't you do all that as a prison guard? I mean, isn't that what you do? Wow. Piss motherfuckers off.
Just
Piss real
stop
niggas off.
Yeah, just
Bars.
stop.
Bars. Okay, I
Bars.
give it to you.
Yeah,
Bars.
just stop with the chasing after dudes, man, and just keep selling your chicken.
Man.
That's all, man. Keep doing your thing, with your
He-
Wingstop,
Yeah.
franchises. Just do
Yeah.
your thing and just chill out, man.
Does he still own the Checkers franchises too?
Probably, man. He got a bunch of shit.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not gonna knock his hustle. You know what I mean? He took his money and he flipped it.
Yeah.
But that big motherfucker should be a spokesman for Old Spice wipes. That's what he should be moving. I mean, under titty sweat.
I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Like, my G, you didn't put a farm on your property, man. Did you not think to put in like a sauna, a gym, a fitness center, something?
Or plant some carrots, you fat motherfucker.
Next. Next.
Hey,
I feel you, man. I feel you.
That's cold.
Like, yeah, man, your health is your wealth, man.
Yeah.
That's all, man. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all he's trying to say about that, man.
Yeah, and start selling some beard care products, brother. There is money in that for you.
That too. Damn, that's a good one. Shit. Black owned. Yeah. That would be solid for him.
Yeah, that should
Patent
be like
pending.
Stay Sofro, except for beards.
Patent pending. And then you can actually get the real Rick Ross. Yeah, both. Yeah. Something,
That's hard to believe, man. That you could take a dude's name, man, and he's got no get back on it. The dude took him to court and was like, "Yeah, man, it's still legal for what he did." But
cold.
you can't sample a word Tennessee.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of figured that when you look at Nori, even though he started just saying Nore,
Yeah.
leaving the rest off. And I mean, then you had EDI from Outlaws. Napoleon from the Outlaws.
Yeah. Yeah. They just, were going through shit and, going through books and like, oh, that name sounds dope.
Yaki Gaddafi.
Gaddafi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Office Space.
Oh,
That
so
Office Space soundtrack.
Hey, Drews brought this one to our attention, and I got caught slipping. It was like, this shit I totally forgot.
Hey, I did too. I was watching it last week I think it was last week.
Man, that Scarface, and it had fucking Slum Village. That Get This Money was on that soundtrack, man. I was like, who is this? Yeah, dope.
Who produced that movie?
It was Mike Judge, wasn't it? The same dude that did Beavis and Butthead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dope.
I want to say he was the writer, the director, all that shit.
And that movie was just so poignant then and now. You can put that on now, especially dealing with like after COVID.
Right.
Going back to the office and just being so like caught up in that rat race and the mundaneness and the repetition and people doing exactly the same fucking thing at the same time every day. Yeah, it was crazy.
That is the wrong shit.
I was like, isn't
that's not
murder was the case still?
Damn.
It's all good. Man, what was I gonna say? Another movie that's on par with that, not as far as soundtracks per se, because I haven't really looked into it, but Sorry to Bother You.
Who was in that?
Keith
Lakeith Stanfield.
Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh, that was with the white voice, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry to Bother You.
Got you.
Yeah.
Dope movie.
Yeah, that was made by our boy from The Coup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was made by what's the name from Boots from The Coup.
Damn.
Yeah, he wrote that.
Wow.
Yeah, he wrote that.
Impressive.
And get this shit. The original title of that movie was Make America Great Again. He had to change it because
Yeah.
the Trump shit.
Yeah.
Now get this. You remember September 11th? We're coming up on 21st anniversary or something.
Mm-hmm.
In July of 2001, they took photographs for their new album, A Million Ways to Kill a CEO, showing the Twin Towers blowing up and Boots pressing a button. That was in July. September 11th dropped. September 11th happened, and the album dropped like 2 or 3 days before that. They had to pull that shit off the shelves.
Oh my God. You talk about a career killer. Man, I know the label was like, we'll eat all that. We'll eat whatever. We got to get this off because nobody's going to fuck with us.
You know what's even more insane about that? Fuck it. I'm going to just share the story because I might not be able to get up on here for a little while.
Go for it, bro. Go for it.
I was working in radio. Let's just say that. And I went into work that day, even with the orange alert.
Okay.
And the program director was in there, which she happened to be my cousin. And she's like calling me into her office as soon as I get to the 12th floor of the station downtown. I'm like, what's going on, cuz? She's like, come here, shut the door, lock it. I'm like, is there anybody even here besides us? Like, everybody was told not to come in. She's like, check this out. She played the story of 9/11.
Oh, fuck.
And it was recorded on a certain news publication's archive at 9:10 on 9/10 at 9:30 at night. They had already recorded the story.
See? Whoopsie.
Right.
Yeah, whoopsie. That's crazy. Yeah, you definitely, they had to pull that album. They had to pull that album.
Wow.
You thought Ice-T's Cop Killer was bad?
Yeah.
Body count.
Now, mind you, this was taken back in July. Just
it doesn't matter.
Right.
Come on, man. It doesn't matter. All people know is what they see.
I'm just saying, man, Boots from the Coup is clairvoyant or some shit.
And it's called party music. And look at that. Oh my goodness, yeah.
And another one of those stories is they said what Mr. Jackson, MJ, had a meeting there that day, but overslept or just decided not to go in.
Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson?
Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he performed. I believe he performed the day before.
Okay.
Andy had a meeting the day of, like you said, and then didn't make it.
Didn't make it for whatever reason. Like I said, there's so many stories about that day that come out, man. I still remember getting a phone call, like turn on the TV. And I just remember seeing blue skies and one building smoking. And then this other fucking plane just came in and it didn't even look real. I was like, man, what the fuck just happen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, the rest is history, man.
I was living in Columbus in June of that year, working for the station that the majority owner had in Johnstown, Columbus. And I had a dream. No lie. I had a dream one morning. I came in from the club. I laid down. I'm like, man, I got like an hour or two to sleep before I got to power up the station downtown Columbus. And, I could do it remotely from my cell phone, but I had to fly in on the freeway to get there. So I laid down and I laid, I got in bed, covered up everything. Had a dream. I was on the Brooklyn Bridge and the sky was like glowing, this iridescent purple glow. And this is before I found out that sound vibration can give off a heat signature.
Mm-hmm.
I remember feeling the heat from the glow of the sky, telling my friend when one of my classmates was driving the car. I won't say his name because I don't know if he wants to talk about it. I'm like, bro, we got to turn around. He's like, we're on the Brooklyn Bridge. There's no turnabout. I'm like, bro, I don't care about that. I'm like, we have to either stop and get out and walk the opposite direction. You know what I mean? Or something. Like, he's like, I can't stop. We're in traffic, man. We just got to keep going. And another one of my classmates in the dream was in the back seat, and she's like, we're gonna be all right. We just gotta get off, then we could turn around. Because she's like, he does have intuition about things, and my friend that was driving was like, yeah, you're right. He's like, we're gonna listen to you, bro, but we got to get off the bridge first. I'm like, it's gonna be too late. And then at the same time, the sky just ooh, ooh, ooh. And I heard wake up. I wake up, I'm laying across the top of my bed. I'm not under the covers. I'm laying across the pillows. And when I hear wake up, I look up, my alarm clock goes off like a second later. So I call my mom after I power up the station, get into work that day. I'm like, what you think that is? She's like, you're dreaming about the beginning of the end. She's like, it's not the end. She's like, but I feel like it's connected to the beginning of something ending. And I'm like, why New York? I'd only been there twice. You know what I'm saying? I'd never been on that bridge. How am I dreaming this? 3 months later, the morning it happens, I had still had a pager at the time. She pages me. So I call the voicemail to check the message, and she's crying. So I'm like, shit, who died? I call home. Hey, what's going on? She's like, this is horrible. Turn on the news. I'm like, who died? What happened? I'm like, I don't want to go through all that guess, and you'll never guess what happened, or
right. Just tell me what.
She's like, it's too horrible. I can't describe it. Turn on the news right now. So, the place where I was at that night, hanging out, that person turned on the TV because I asked her to. She turned it on. Second plane. Boom.
That's crazy.
And she said, that's your dream. See? I'm like, you
know,
remember that dream? She's like, yes, that's your dream. This is your dream happening right now.
I was kind of in that same euphoria that you were in coming from the club. Because somebody woke me up. The lady at the house called and woke me up. It was like, turn on the news. Like, what's up? She's like, we under attack. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? We under attack. I'm like, is the motherfuckers outside? You know what I'm saying? Fucking up trying to get in the crib. What are you talking about? She's like, just turn on the news. Oh, hell, fuck the news. Just turn on television. Everything was locked that day.
Yeah.
Everything was locked on. No matter what channel you had, it was locked on that. And that's when, like you said, man, right before the second plane hit is when I tuned in. And then I was laying in bed. And then I stood up. Well, tried to get up because I was fucking hungover. And that kind of sobered me up. I was like, what the fuck did I just see?
Right.
Then they just kept saying, then they start showing close-ups to the building. And then they start showing people.
Then they start showing the Pentagon. Then they start showing Somerset, PA.
Yeah. That was a crazy fucking day, man.
Hey, man, I remember looking. I was a fireman at the time, and I remember watching those planes at the tower. And there's a quick and dirty way to estimate how much water you need to be flowing per minute to fight a fire effectively. So, and that calculation is length times width of a building divided by 3. So if you take the length and the width of the World Trade Center, which is about 200 feet long by 200 feet wide, it comes out to like 14,000 gallons of water per minute that you need to apply to that fire. Good so, God. I was looking, I was like, they ain't getting that out. How you getting that out? You 100 floors up and you need 14,000 gallons of water a minute. Ain't happening.
You've been in that profession. That is the first thing that probably is clicking in your head. Like, how do we fix this? How do we put this out? Because that's a fire. And then when they start tumbling,
melting.
Yeah, when they started tumbling, I damn near like turn the TV off. I was like, that's not real. That didn't just happen. And then the aftermath of all that debris coming down the blocks, that was a whole nother beast. You know what I mean? Because that killed just as many people as well after. That iron lung, all that stuff.
Yeah,
that was crazy, man. That was a crazy fucking day, man.
Yeah, you got to think that building was built in the 60s. I mean, they were still using asbestos then. Let alone everything else that they've covered up and painted over, and just everything in that building burning.
You got stories tumbling down on fire, compressed into streetways. blocks. I remember my man said he went there and they still had those those gauges that had that let you know the air quality and how bad it was. He was like, dude, this like severely toxic. And all those people who ran towards the building, and then the shit fell, which made it that much more, crazier. Like, man, these dudes were running. This was their job. People coming in from different districts, just flying, just going in like, oh, not thinking that the buildings are going to fall. It's crazy.
Yeah. I was with the DOD for a little bit, and I worked at an Air Force base, and they sent those guys down from that base to work that rubble pile. They had some fucking stories, man.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine, man. Like you're going down there to remove remains.
You're not gonna find like that. That's the thing. Like it is hard to find a body in a house, in a regular house fire. If it's been cooked good, it just blends in with everything else. Yeah. It's like trying to find 200 pounds of hamburger, at the bottom of a grill. It's not.
Damn, that's an analogy for your ass.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard to find body. Like I got a buddy who had a body, in Youngstown. Somebody killed somebody, throw him in the trunk, then set the car on fire. But pop the trunk like we always do. He overlooked the body, like he didn't see it.
It was melted.
After popping it, it's just it blended in with the rest of the trash.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I mean that thing had to been like beyond a convection oven. Like once again, when I was working at the radio station, who was it? I want to say it was on the Powernomics radio network. They were discussing, the events of that day. And this guy called in and he identified himself as a former a former explosives expert. What do they call them? Demolitions.
Yeah.
In the military. He said there had to have been C4 placed strategically, level to level.
Yeah.
And he said if you go back and watch it in slow motion, he was like, just pay attention. Like there's like the initial hit, and then doom, 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 like a chain reaction.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking any credit for this because I'm not by any stretch of the imagination a scientific genius, right? I might be genius in some other ways, but not in that. But I looked and I said, okay. And I asked myself, I said, what if there was really no passengers on either of those planes? Right? What if this all remote control? And then I started thinking, my mind just started, if you have a plane, but if the fuselage, everything that a plane is comprised of, essentially you have a missile with wings.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
I mean, not exactly, right?
But I get what you're saying.
Essentially, you have a projectile.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what the guy was saying. Like, essentially, when the fuselage hits, the chain reaction that's caused if you had explosives per se. I can't prove that, and I wouldn't want to go into all the effort it would take to do so. But
we were talking about soundtracks, but go ahead.
Yeah, let's go back to the explosive soundtracks.
We're talking about beef on wax, wax on beef. However you want it.
Yeah, let's see it. We got sidetracked like a mother.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Just
man. Went off on a tangent.
Hey man, we lived through some shit though. All right.
Yeah, and we had the music.
The music got us through.
I'm sorry, we disrespected, man. We had the music and the movies.
Right. And
the movies to back it up.
Right on.
Which was dope. I forgot one. What was that movie with OG Bobby Johnson?
Oh, South Central.
South Central. There you go.
Everything for Ray Ray. We even got your boy out there stealing for him.
was so terrible, man.
Man, it was.
OG Bobby Johnson.
Oh my God. That was what we call beautiful,
life.
Terrible, and awesome. Yeah, man. My man hit it right out the park. He said, everything's for Ray Ray. Got your boy out there.
Got money for Ray Ray. Drugs for Ray Ray. Everything for Ray Ray. You even got your boy out there stealing for him.
South Central. That was it, man. That little boy had the worst fucking haircut. Oh, man, he had a soup bowl. Yeah.
Out there playing honky ball.
Okay. Oh,
there it is. There it is. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I don't care what he does, man. Any movie he's in, he's OG Bobby Johnson.
Yeah, SMG.
Yeah.
The Above the Rim soundtrack was off the fucking chain, man. We copied that about 20 minutes into the show, bro.
Yeah, man.
Fucking
we got a list of movies that we think are, in the top 5, top 6.
SMG, what you got other than Above the Rim?
Yeah, man, we got a list.
Dang.
Yeah.
Shit. What else we got? We got one more. Menace to Society.
Man, that movie, I mean, it transcended Mr. Lorenz Tate.
And his brothers.
Yeah. Said after, Tupac beat him up, But yeah.
Nigga said, better have his money or else. Nigga, I said I'll pay you when I feel like it.
Wow.
Remember
that was Samuel.
Beginning of the movie. Yeah.
That was Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anybody else owe me some money? Hell no, but here you go.
That was our homeboy AJ. Rest in peace.
AJ Johnson.
Yeah, rest in peace.
R.I.P. Hell no,
AJ Johnson's dead. Did COVID get him?
Nah, he died in a store. He fell out, man. He had a bad alcohol problem, man.
Damn.
Yeah, man. He fell out, man.
That fucking sauce will get you every time.
Man, do you know who his dad was?
Easy.
I can't, man. I can't with you.
Beat your ass, man. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Easy. Oh shit.
No.
His dad was in Harlem Nights.
Get out.
You know who his dad was? Remember when they were shooting at Eddie Murphy?
Craps table.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, he was when they were all shooting at Eddie Murphy, and then the dude, Arsenio Hall, slapped that dude with the hat. Was like, don't you shoot that little motherfucker no more. That's his dad.
Wow. That little ass gun.
Yeah, don't you shoot that little motherfucker no more. That's AJ's dad.
Shit. About it was an underground hitter.
Shit. Forgot about that.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about
Master
that.
P was doing like an album every 30, 40 hours.
Promoting everybody on that next album. Like coming next week is so-and-so. Mia X. Coming next week is Mystical. Coming next is C Murder. He was just constantly churning out music.
Yeah, he was.
And the killer part is I was so knee deep in like East Coast. If it wasn't Eric Sermon, you know what I mean? I wasn't fucking with it. Anything out of Def Squad, Hit Squad, I wasn't fucking with it. And my boy went to Texas A&M and he came back home for a break or whatever. And he put on About It and he playing and he doing the dance and all that shit. And I was like, nigga, if you don't turn that shit off, I'm gonna beat your ass.
That's the same thing I did.
I didn't get it.
That song ruined every single party I ever went to when it was played. And I
I
still
didn't
loved it.
get it. Yeah, I didn't get
I
it
loved
until I went to a club and that shit came on and everybody started bouncing. And it
Yeah,
was
I
like,
remember.
oh, I'm the oddball. I got it. I got it now. Now I'm about it. I'm
Tank, do
about it.
you
I
remember
got it.
when Groove, if Groove was DJing a party, if they didn't pay him the rest of his money by midpoint of the party, it had about a 5 to 10 minute countdown, and
Yep.
it was over with. We bout it. And he was like, we start helping him pack up the crates.
Yep, it's over. Yep.
Told you to have my money halfway through this motherfucker.
I played this
Yeah, we
motherfucker
about
back to
tear
back
this
8
motherfucker
times.
up.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That
But that's
followed
what it
by
was.
Pistol Grip Pump. Yeah.
That was it.
But yeah, that bout it. God, man, he churned out some music.
Yeah.
Mhm. And the thing
Sexual
about
deviancy. I mean, fucking Mystical going back to jail.
that part. That part. Sad. That
No
part.
toques, no moleste. No moleste.
Yeah, it was just a whole different movement. Like it was like the South started getting their turn. I'm sorry. Like New Orleans started getting their turn. Because we had Outkast, we had all those other cats coming from the South, but now you had this whole other thing. That wasn't Outkast. Outkast was like some old R&B soul hip hop mashup shit. Like, you know, the Sons of
Sons of the Peak.
Yeah, Sons of the Peach
yeah.
type shit from the South. That's what that was. That was like hip hop delic. But this Masterpiece shit was completely different. It was like, fuck what y'all doing. Like I was just watching the video for Juvenile's Ha and was just listening to him rap. I was like, this is the dumbest shit ever, but it's dope as fuck because he wasn't doing it for the masses. He was doing it for his hood. And that's what made it so fucking authentic. It was like, either y'all understand what I'm talking about or fuck you. You know, and he went, you know, the rest is history. But yes, I love stuff like that, man. And that's what hip hop was. Oh, Calio, the Calio, sir. Man, that shit was that whole Cash Money, No Limit. They had their run, man. They had their fucking run, man. They snatched that shit. They had it. That whole Cash Money taking over for the 99 and 2000s. They did it.
Good looking out, SMG, man, throwing them classics out there.
Damn, I forgot about. I'm so sorry. Smack me in my mouth, man. Yeah,
yeah. You got to think about all the damn Brian Hooks movies too.
Yeah, we forgot about I Got the Hookup soundtrack. Yeah, man. That was AJ too. Him and AJ.
That dude was hilarious, man.
Dude,
AJ
how do you write for that? You know what I mean? When he was in Friday, how do you write that part, man? How do you write the crackhead part, man?
Ezel.
How do you write that, man? I'm sure they were just like, man, just what would you do in this scenario? Go. You know what I mean? I think that's how they shot that shit, man. Because you can't write that. Like, man, I clean all that up for you. Are you taking a shit?
Man, as much money as that movie made, it's crazy to hear Pops before he died say he only made $5,000 on that movie.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, why would you even do that shit for $5,000?
Because they thought it wasn't. They didn't know what it was going to do.
Yeah,
they just knew it was work.
They did it for the art of it.
Yeah, they did it for the love of Q.
Cutting his teeth.
Yeah.
What's his name? DJ Pooh.
Yep.
I mean, it was one of his. I think wasn't that his debut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta think about it like, dude. He put the word out like, hey man, I got a studio. I got a somewhat of a budget. This is what I can give you. And that's how, you know, these cats get down, you know, and they didn't know what was going to do with it. Nobody knew. It was a hood classic that ended up being a cult classic.
In the tradition of Rudy Ray Moore, aka Dolomite.
Late great.
Yeah, the late great, man. The late great.
Yeah. Was Now, DJ Pooh got a lot of, well, he was co-writer on that movie. Now, Cube went on to do other big writing movie spots. You know, he had a bunch of big movies after that. Like, what has DJ Pooh done?
Car Wash.
He did Car Wash?
The Wash.
Okay. The Wash, sorry.
Yeah,
The Wash.
Yeah. He did a lot of stuff, man. I just can't
remember.
You have to look up his Wikipedia or whatever. But yeah, Pooh's been down for a minute.
He's got a lot of B-list movies.
Yeah, he's been
not
down
no
for a
offense,
minute.
but like, you know, high earning B.
Yeah, like I say, he's solidified, man. I mean, won't knock his, you know, let somebody say he's on the project. They're like, oh shit, hell yeah. But yeah, damn, I'm still tripping about that damn that Master P shit, man. I totally forgot he was in the movies and doing all that shit, man. He had his own soundtrack, was doing everything, and just kept it in the South. That's what he said. He was like, dude, I never had to leave New Orleans. He's like, I never had to leave the South if I didn't want to. I was making my money.
And he was paying people.
Yeah.
What you know what I'm saying? What they wanted.
Yeah, he wasn't holding nobody hostage. He was just putting out the damn music.
Now, how does that work? You know, like Master P being the CEO of a major record label and paying people what they deserve. I mean, Snoop Dogg talked about how it wasn't until he got with No Limit that he started owning his own fucking cars, owning his own house, or owning his own music.
Yeah.
You know, like, how is it that Master P can be that successful and still, you know, have all that money and take care of his artists? Listen, and nobody else is doing this in music.
That's why they wanted to kill his message. Like everything about his come up, it shows that what they're doing doesn't make no sense.
And this is why they don't do those deals. Yeah. It's funny how the only two guys I know of in the industry who got those deals were from the South, New Orleans, Baby, and Master P. They got distribution deals. Meaning y'all just sell my product. I need y'all trucks. That's what I need. I need y'all to, you know, distribute my product. I got the product. I need y'all to move it. It was a 10, was that 1580 or something like that split. Where he got the majority of it, and what you call it did the same thing. Baby did the same deal. They got distribution deals. They didn't get records. They didn't get signed to a label. They got distribution deals. It's a big difference.
I think they're the reason why the industry shifted their nature of business. Like when they came out with the PMD deal, the publishing, marketing, distribution, you know, it changed the game for a lot of people. And I think that's why the whole 360.
Yep.
And if you know what I mean, if you look at the science of even what you're saying, 360, you right back where you started.
Yep.
There's no fucking way.
They're just getting you. They're just getting you all the way around. You turn it around, they're getting you all the way around. You turn around at each angle, they're getting you through your, you know, movies, you know, your publishing, all commercials, all that stuff. They get a piece of that. They're giving you exposure. They're giving you the front money, you know.
Wow. So, all right. SMG, Sims Multimedia Group, says P had his own distribution deal. Started doing 360 deals after that, and somebody is pre-digital. He was getting $10 a pop.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So, you know, just think like when we were buying, well, last album I bought was, you know, about $15. So I don't know what albums cost now, but to get $10 out of 15 was gigantic because people were getting fractions of a penny off of fucking record sales.
Yep.
You know, you talk about who was that? It was like Little Richard was talking about how when an album sold, he got a fucking tenth.
That was
so an album was 12 cents. That motherfucker got a penny.
That was the Great Left Eye. Remember how she broke that down on TLC? How they were broke after that, you know, that Waterfalls and all that shit dropped, and was like, we owed money.
Yeah.
After that shit, like, we had $1 million video. You got to split it 3 ways. She broke the whole fucking thing down. Split 3 ways.
The way they would do it is a lot of deals. You would get like 3 to 6 points off the album, especially if you don't write your own shit.
That part.
If you didn't write, I mean, you might get nothing.
That was what we were talking
all
about
your
earlier.
money off of touring.
Everybody had their hand in it. You may have went platinum, but that's platinum for everybody else who got their hand in the pot. And you got guys, back in the day, you got guys who would put their own names on saying, credit for publishing. They'll take your publishing because you didn't know about it because they gave you this upfront money. And you signed your publishing with, hey, our boy DLC did that with Easy for a fucking chain. So yeah, it happens. It's still happening. They just put in a new box. That's all.
And just taking advantage of folks, man, left and right. And I wonder what's up next, because like nobody saw MP3s coming. You know what I mean? Nobody saw the streaming age coming. Yeah, well, I guess a lot of people didn't, but
except for Soulja Boy.
Yeah,
he was the first one who capitalized on that shit, and everybody thought he was goofy as fuck, but he was the first internet rapper. Now he's pretty much set for life. But here we go in this digital age, man. Shit. Are y'all paying attention?
Isn't Chief Keef set for life too?
Yeah, him. Have y'all seen the numbers that these folks are doing on OnlyFans?
Mm-mm.
God, no, but I can just only imagine because there are a lot of freaks in the world.
Yeah.
All right, SMG says people was doing the same. This maker selling out the trunk. Mac Dre, Too Short, E40 did the same thing in Oakland. Master P had a record
MC
store
Hammer.
in Oakland and learned the game.
MC Hammer, it's the whole Bay Area. That whole that was their grind. Hammer did it. Too Short did it, and the rest is history. The rest is history. Self-made.
Oh yeah,
gentlemen. Thank you again, Drizzy.
Yes,
We're gonna get you back, man. It's coming. We put the word out. We're gonna make it happen.
For sure.
Sipping on some Cavalier and Sons, a Pinot.
Beautiful thing.
Get you some, and don't forget to stop by Randy's Donuts. They don't promote us yet, or pay us yet, but they will. We're gonna do
wine and donuts.
Yes.
Wow.
Wine and donuts. Eddie's wine and donuts.
Sugar coma.
Yeah.
Just step right into a sugar coma. No.
Yes, sir. Nutritious and delicious, my brother Ed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what I like to hear, man.
But thanks again for another great session, man. We'll definitely do it again.
Get well soon.
Subs. Get well, man, and
get well, man.
Stay your ass out of Vegas. You'll be okay, son. Stay home, man. It's meatloaf night. Stay home.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Gentlemen, thanks again, man. Love y'all, man.
Love you too, brother.
Love y'all. I'll be back soon.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll be back soon.
Yes, sir.
Gonna will it into existence here.
That's it, man. Peace, brother Drizzy.
Peace, bro.
Peace, Ed. Peace to you folks out there.